Hello everybody, welcome back to the Limit of Adhesion. This is Season 4 and the Championship deciding Round 12 at Bathurst. My name is Gareth and joining me once again in commentary is Jools. Jools, how are you?
Very good, thank you. And how are you?
Excellent, thanks mate. Yeah, so looking forward to this Championship deciding racing over the feature and sprint race between Gavin Kelly and Rob Miller. You can see them at the top of the standings there. Those are the only two who are left in the fight. Who's your money on, Jools?
I don't know. Rob has the momentum, but Kelly had a good round last time. Yeah,
It did,
it's going to be whoever performs better on the day.
Very tight stuff indeed, and we're looking at some of the cars coming down the mountain during practice. That is Gavin Kelly, I believe, on screen there, and we take a look at the team standings. Then Race Ventura currently on top ahead of Stupid Aguri and the Williams team. So that championship will be decided this time out as well. And that's a big accident going on there in the background. Now then, Jools, let's take a look and you can take us through the championship permutations.
Thanks, Gareth. Now it's time for some maths and a confusing chart. Here we can see that the best results for each driver. In the blue section we got the best 9 results for each of the two drivers there. Rob on the right, Gavin on the left. And underneath that, you've got in the yellow their drop results. So you can see there that Gavin has scored his best 9 results, a 70 being his best and a 23 being his worst. A result being the 2 races in a week added up, the feature and the sprint, with a top score of 70 being available. And you can see there the Gavin's dropped results are currently an 11, a 12, and the third one is not known because we've had 11 results and he's dropped 2, leaving his best 9. Penalty points are taken away from your best 9, so it doesn't attach the penalty to any of the rounds, it's just subtracted after all of the rounds have been added up. You can see there Gavin has 425 points. If you add up the 7 best results and take away the 10 penalty points, that's what you get, or hopefully that's what you should get if you have a calculator. So let's look at some scenarios. Say Gavin was to score 22 points in the last round there. It would then become his third dropped result and he would therefore score no additional points. He would remain on 425 points. As the 23 that he's currently got would be his 9th best result. But what if he did better than that? What if he scored higher than 23? Say he scored 24 points. Well then, his 23 points would be dropped. He'd get 24, but he'd lose 23. And therefore, from 425 points, he would actually go up 1 point to 426. And that's the problem that Gavin has here, is that he has these dropped results. Rob, early in the season, had 3 rounds where he scored 0. And that's why we already know what Rob's 3 dropped results are, because he can't get worse than 0. Looking at their points totals, Gavin 425, Rob on 391, there's 34 points difference. So what Rob needs to do first and foremost is score 34 points in the Bathurst round. That will put him level with Gavin. If he's level with Gavin, he will win the championship because Rob has more wins than Gavin, and if it's a tie, we go to count back and we count back how many wins both drivers have. The one with more would be the winner, and in that case this is Rob. Now, if Rob scores 34 points to get level with Gavin, because Gavin's already losing 23, he needs to score within 10 points of Rob. So you can see here, 24 point lead minus 23 points result dropped equals 11 points. So Rob needs to beat Gavin by 11 points at the same time as scoring 34. Whereas Gavin needs to keep that within 10 points. He needs to stay within 10 points of Rob, and in that case he'll take the title by a single point. So let's look at another example. Say Rob scored 70 points to the round, which means he won both the feature and the sprint race. He would get up to 461 points. Now, the only things available for Gavin would be to score 2nd place in both races, giving him a total of 59 points, and that would put them both level on 461. So basically, look at the maths, there's lots of permutations, but in the end, Rob needs to get 34 points, and he needs to outscore Gavin by at least 11.
Thanks, Jools. A comprehensive look there at the title permutations, and you can see the history of the title race this season then as it's stretched over the 11 rounds so far. Kelly opening up a significant lead, the lead closing in again and then getting tighter. So,
yeah, which leaves us where we are today. And of course, there was other people in that championship race, but they have since dropped out. And Ollie Walker and Jordan Johnson both had good chances of taking the title earlier in the season.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, as we see Rob Miller on screen losing it at the first corner, I believe that is. And we take a look at the practice results. Rob Miller on top from Stephen Greening. Kelly down in third place then. And it looks like the jeopardy in the title fight is definitely with Kelly. And Rob sort of has a bit of a favourite in the fact that he can just go for broke. And we can see Rob Miller on pole from Stephen Greening. James Garlick in third. Welcome back to the championship, James. Gavin Kelly down in fourth place then. That's not good for his title hopes. Reece Crichton, in fifth place ahead of Don Parker. Nathan Parker in seventh and Chris Forrester in eighth. Good result for him. Then we've got Chris White, Jake Weaver, Lawrence Aaron Jenkins and Jason Weaver bringing out the rear. On board with Rob Miller then for his pole lap coming out of the final corner. And heading down to Hell Corner, which is the first bend here. Nicely in there. Oh, just missing the apex slightly, running out onto the curb to get a nice run down this very long straight as you head up to start the mountain section.
I always feel just after this bump, like your car lifts off the ground.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it really feels like you're going to take off, don't you? And then you're looking for your braking marker on the left-hand side as we come up into this section of the track. And this is where it starts to get very tricky indeed. We've got a nasty hairpin just coming up around this corner. Here it is. And Rob slots it in nicely, controls the exit of the corner. And now he's blasting up through the various parks. There's 3 different parks up through here apparently, according to the names on the map. And then we're heading to probably my favourite bit of the track, which is this skyline section here, where you're just trying to carry as much speed as possible, bursting up to the top. And now it's where it starts to get really difficult as you plummet back down the hill again. Trying to control the car, stop the rear overtaking the front end of it. That's a nasty dip there. And then we've got the Forest Elbow coming up here. This is this last corner onto that long straight down to the Chase corner.
I predict there's going to be a lot of crashes into Forest Elbow.
Yes.
It's the downhill braking with a barrier on the outside. It's just unforgiving.
It's pretty lethal, isn't it? Yeah. And we can see that damage on the front nose of Rob's car where he's been clonking the curves. The paint does tend to flake off the F3. Through the Chase he comes, just a couple of corners left on this lap then. Spot your braking zone, picks up the curves very nicely through there. 1 corner to go then as he comes under the bridge, and it's a simple left-hand corner, but after all the travails of the mountain it's very easy to get wrong down this end of the track. But he's through and crosses the line to take pole position for this final race, the 1:57.160.
Massive, 1.2 seconds clear of everybody else.
Yeah, astonishing. We knew it would be big gaps around here though, and here we go then. Red lights are on for this final feature race of the season. They're away. That's a really good start by Greening on the outside then. Miller moving across to cover him. Garlick's away well and being challenged by Kelly behind then on the second row. Side by side out of the first corner, and it looks like Greening got the jump on Miller. And where's Kelly? He's under attack from Don Parker, look. Parker currently running in 5th place then, but we still concentrate on this drag race down to the second corner in the mountain section. Greening is on the inside, Miller sweeping round the outside. Wow, that's brave stuff when he knows he's got that title on the line. Meanwhile, Kelly is side by side with Garlick behind him, 3rd and 4th. He can see Miller.
I say also brave considering Rob's wing. He's got the trademark Miller low downforce wing, but it's not helping him in this section because Greening's gone round the outside.
Yeah, wow, that is brave move. Well spotted there, Jools. I hadn't quite seen the wing yet. That's amazing stuff. Gave him the ability to fight back against Greening on that drag race to the corner, but obviously... Oh, and look at that, live championship standings then. Rob currently ahead of Kelly then, and he will be taking the title based on this current position, lap 1 of 13.
Long way to go. We'll definitely keep an eye on that.
Yeah. Charging down the hill already then. Kelly's back in 4th place still then. Garlick has maintained a position. Oh, there they are. There is James
You see,
Garlick.
Miller is not getting away from Garlick, and Greening scampered away, just showing how much that downforce is hurting him in the in the mountain section.
Yeah, but he must have been getting into the limiter on the way down to the Chase, and that's what he's banking on in this race. Kelly's got a really good run on Garlic here as they come down to the chase. And Don Parker there in 5th place. We know he does a lot of racing. Oh no, Garlic's missed it. Oh, that's a big relief for Kelly then. He's just been released up into 3rd place. Don Parker now under attack from Rhys Crichton. Oh, great move. He's took a bit too much of the curb there and nearly lost the car. Well held there by Rhys. Replay of Lawrence Aaron Jenkins getting it wrong. Oh, that's Forest Elbow, isn't it? Huge into the wall there, and he's taken 2 wheels off it. That's going to be a tow job. And a replay on board with Nathan Parker then. Stupid Guru teammate of Kelly. He's down in 7th place. Oh, and he's hit the wall as well.
Just understeered into that wall there.
Yeah, cold tyres biting there.
Yeah, and I was going to say, Forest Elbow has claimed the first victim of what I imagine will be many.
Yeah, oh, Crichton just outbraked himself as well. I wonder if he's got damage from taking so much of that curb on the first lap. The car looked a bit squirrely as he came down the straight.
It was a very big clonk.
Yeah.
He's fighting back.
So that's Chris Forrester from the CC Racing team then. He's gone through. And
Kelly's slightly closed up the points now with getting past Garlic after he span.
Yeah,
but Rob's still got a 2-point lead.
Just 2 points between them.
Yeah.
Look at this wonderful flow down the mountainside. This is...
I tell you, the F3 car is a joy to drive around here.
I didn't think any car was a joy to drive around here.
Once you get this bit section, it's just pushing. You know, you want to just get faster and faster. It's really fun.
Awesome. I'll have to give it a go. Yeah, we know that Don Parker is a big fan of this place. As you can see, he's running in 4th place at the moment. So, really...
And Mr. Garlic, although maybe less so after this race, given it chucked him off the track earlier.
Yeah, that's true. He's now down in 9th place, yeah. And look at this then. Here comes Crichton on Forrester once again as they come to the chase. He's made that move stick. Where's Chris White then? White running down in 8th place at the moment then. Couple of seconds back from these guys. Fastest lap for Steve Greening, 1:59.3 and a 1:59.6 for Miller. Only a 2-minute lap for Kelly then, so he's struggling to find the pace of the two at front by about a second at the moment.
Yeah, and I imagine Miller's just settling in because, I mean, his practice pace and quality pace was faster than everybody, so you wouldn't expect him to still be dropping back from Greening like this.
No. And there's Jake Weaver then. He's had a tremendous final few rounds of the season, hasn't he? He's really come on form with this car. He's currently running P7. I know we've got a reduced field with the festive season getting in the way of the championship, but even so, Jake has had a really good string of results for the last few rounds with the F3 car.
And Jenkins as well, of course, bringing in a haul of points for the MMPR cars.
Yes, indeed, yeah. I mean, I know he's had a bad run this time, but he's had, 3-4 sprint races in a row, really good results, and a couple of good features now as well. Here's Chris White, though. He's in 8th place and chasing against Jake Weaver. So is Jake sort of said he's going to focus on the Oval Championships for next season instead of F3 and GT3, which will be a big shame to lose him. He'll be, I think based on this actually, he'd be very competitive in the Club 1500 Championship.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see. I mean, he might change his mind.
Yeah.
Let's say it depends on how much effort he's going to put into the other championship, as you say.
Well, yeah, and obviously he's doing all the work with the administration of those two championships. So.
Indeed. And it's getting harder and harder to participate in all the LOA races because there's just more and more seasons and fun events cropping up all the time.
Yes, indeed, yeah. And we saw Rhys Crichton. Oh, look at that, Jake.
That's the Jenkins just letting the leaders past.
Oh, sensible move there. That's good. A new fast lap for Miller, 1:58.6. But yeah, talking about the championships, and we saw Rhys Crichton earlier on. He's currently running in 5th place, so he's running the hill climb challenge for us at the moment, and first round has already been completed with Dave Lyons scooping the honours, I believe, and the next round is going to be with the Cadillac CTS-V up in the Washington Hill. That should be quite exciting.
Round one went to Dave I Can Drive Anything line.
Yeah, something like a 5 minute 19 or 5 minute 12, something like that. I can't remember.
I think he's since gone quicker, but it was a bit too late then to submit the time.
Yeah, he's started to really enjoy that challenge, so that's cool.
You can see in Sector 1, Miller closes up because of that low wing, or skinny wing. Let's see how this goes through the rest of the lap against Greening.
Yeah, so this bit...
He is closing.
He is definitely closing, yeah. He's down to 7/10, look. But that bit just... Oh, big lock up there for... Oh, Greening's hit the wall! You just saw him lock up the tyre.
He might have bent steering there.
Yeah. Just saw the tyre smoke as he came under that little advertising bridge, and that's just allowed Miller straight back into the lead of this race. Crucial mistake there by Greening in terms of the championship fight. And how much damage has there been done to that car? Is that a bent top strut on the suspension there?
Looks like there is a bent. I'm looking at the bottom one there, and that looks bent, but maybe that's normally like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
He did definitely clunked it quite definitely. I would be worried about the steering.
Yeah, the steering... I mean, it looked like he hit the wall with the front wheel more than the rear wheel, so I'd be expecting to see some damage there. And can Kelly take advantage of that, though? That's the crucial thing at the moment. Can he close in the gap from third place, and he's about 3 seconds back, and close in on Greening ahead? John Parker's hanging on really well in fourth place. There he is on screen. Oh, and it's Crichton going round. Well,
there's another guy in the back as well. CC racing car I saw hit the wall.
Oh, really?
There's two more.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, he just slid into the wall. And there's another one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ah, it's Jason Weaver as well. And that's a tow job with 2 broken wheels. So 4 out of 12 cars in the barriers. Such a shame we've got such a low number for this final round of the season. We've had such huge participation numbers right the way across the season. It's been a fabulous season all the way through from the opening round in Brazil.
Imagine some people are too full to reach the sim rig.
Yeah.
Too drunk. It has less motivation when you can't win it, I guess, at the end.
Yeah. Wasn't there the European Championship, Football Championship was on at the start of this season as well? So,
Carlo looks like he's going to make a pass anywhere.
Yeah.
Usually you wait in this section.
I was going to say this top of the hill section is another bit where the low downforce setting might help Miller, but obviously with Greening hitting the wall, that kind of equation got taken out. It didn't matter anymore, does it?
No, I mean, he is actually not losing them, though. He's only 9/10 off him still.
Yeah, so he's...
Maybe he got away with it, no damage.
He's going rapidly. That's
the Garlic really wants to get past White here and carry on his recovery, because then you've got Weaver only a couple of seconds further up the road.
Yeah.
And maybe even Forrester.
And Nathan Parker's still in the pits. Oh, he's just coming out now then, so presume... No, he's not. He's still in the pits, isn't he? So...
Has he gone in again, maybe? And Kelly is finally into 58s, but just not on the pace of the lead two.
Here comes Garlic, and that's White thinking that it's better just to let him through and fight another day, just let him go and try and stick on the back of him.
Yep, sensible.
Yeah, on a track like this, where a small error can result in a massive accident and loss of time, it's probably the most tactical way around this track, isn't it?
Parker's showing us out.
Yes, I thought he was stuck in the pits for a long time, so yes, he's obviously parked it. Will he rejoin for race 2, the sprint race? This is...
Oh!
Ouch, there's a second
painful
one. Yeah, into the... That's Forest Elbow again, isn't it? Oh, and that's
another
Parker.
One for Parker.
Oh, no. So he's losing it on the way up the mountain. Most people are losing it on the way down.
Yeah, it seems that way. He's just being different. And Miller's stretched his lead. He's doubled his lead over Greening, so
yeah,
he's put the foot down or Greening's made a mistake.
It's likely to be the latter, isn't it, with this track? Likely to be a small mistake.
Yeah, let's see what the lap times are when they come across the line.
Kelly's reduced that gap now, look, down from around 5 seconds to just 3.7, and that's off the lead, isn't it? So
I think
Or
we're
is
looking
it?
at
Oh, no,
gaps
it's
between
interval.
drivers at the
Interval
moment.
trap. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure if that has changed or not.
Another one? Yep, another one.
Second one for Jason Weaver. That's a big one. Capping his season then. Riding on board with Rob Miller once again as he crosses the line of a new fastest lap, 158.0, 158.5 for Greening, about half a second back. 158.8 for Kelly now, so he's really starting to find that groove.
Yeah, he's still 7 seconds off the lead though, and look at it just grow as Miller speeds down the straight with no downforce.
Yeah. But even with his personal best lap, he's still, as you say, he's behind. He's slower than these top two still, and he needs to get ahead of Greening, and he needs to minimise the points damage from Miller running in first place.
Well, as I think as it stands, we saw earlier, it's going to be 2-point lead for Miller if it stays like this. So I think Kelly could deal with that given the nature of the sprint race, but we'll see.
Yeah, but you don't want to...
Just think about it, if Miller wins, he's going to be starting 12th, and Kelly, if he comes third, will be starting 10th.
Yeah, but do you really want to put your championship in...
I guess you've got to look at the situation. Does he have the pace to catch either of these two? Probably not. So would it be better just to stay on the road?
Yeah.
He definitely doesn't want to finish lower than he stands, does he?
Well, this is true, but also, thinking about it, if he starts 10th with Miller just behind him with a low downforce car, then there's a good chance that Miller's going to be ahead of him by the time they get to the mountain section on lap 1 of the sprint.
Indeed, all possible. Then again, Miller hasn't had the best starts these last few races.
No, well, I mean, talking about his championship as well, those rounds where he had an early accident in the feature race and then he just gave up on the round and didn't participate in the sprint race, are those decisions potentially going to come back and bite him? Because, they've given him 0 scores, which helps now he's on a big scoring run, but those...
I think given what he got, was it Monza? He got 12 points?
Yeah.
I think given that the fast guys have proven you can win from the back, he could have potentially got a 20 to replace that 11 or 12, which would put him 8 points better off now, which you'd take, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and Line won the Brazil sprint. Oh, no, that's Jake going off the road.
And Gareth followed him off, both going grass cutting now.
Yeah, so, I mean, Line won the sprint race after he had an issue in the feature and he had to start from the back of the grid, didn't he? And he still won the race.
I think...
I know, Chris Forrester's hit the wall. He's taking a wheel off, but look at that. Luckily, so close to the pits and he scampers in there.
I'm going to say Kelly has done a double win from 12th and first. Sorry, from 12th in the sprint. Jordan Johnson got one as well. And I think Jordan won a sprint race from the very back.
Yeah.
I want to say that. I forget which one it was. So yeah, it's possible to get a 20 points out of the sprint.
Well, it is, yeah. And I was saying Line did it from Brazil as well, didn't he? So there we go. There's James Garlett making his pit stop then on lap 8 of 13.
Early stop puts him out of sequence of everybody else, but he just wants to run in some clean air, I guess.
Yeah, and Chris White's so lucky there just to have his, whatever the incident was, so close to the pit lane and minimise that time loss. He's put him down.
Well, you hope he did. You hope he wasn't dragging that around all of the lap.
Well, he was running about 6th place, wasn't he? So he's lost a few places, but better than to be out of the race. I know he's a minute behind now, but we shall see. Maybe we'll get a replay.
A nice healthy lead now for Miller.
Huge lead, 4.8 seconds. Kelly not really catching up to the back of Greening, so I think, like you say, he's probably playing the tactical game and settling for 3rd place.
Yeah, he's got a gap to Parker, which he's maintaining, it looks like.
So Miller's still running a 158.7, but you know, like, what was his fast lap? 158.0. So he can't.
Yeah, maybe the track's warming up.
But I was just thinking he can't afford to take it easy, because if he relaxes and makes a mistake, that's when you make a mistake, isn't it? When either when you're going 11 tenths and too much effort, or you're relaxing and taking it too easy, and your mind wanders.
Yeah. There's so many pitfalls to avoid. I just noticed that Weaver stopped for a bit and White's just gone to the pits, so it looks like And Weaver's crashed again. Looking at the tracker, it's gone red. So I think White and Weaver have both just had accidents.
Oh no.
Yeah, Weaver's in the pit lane.
Yeah.
So they both towed.
They're both towed, so there's not going to be many cars left on the lead lap at the end of this. Here is Chris. Jake Weaver coming in then. Is this for his scheduled stop?
They towed or they towed? Oh, I thought they towed, but never mind. They definitely came into the pits after what looked like they'd gone off tracks.
Yeah. Hopefully get replay that. So he's currently running P6 then. And that's Chris White popping out of the pit lane. Here's Kelly. God, the rotation on that car then, I thought he was spinning.
I say it feels good because it's just so much grip, and you just land it into the camber, and it just lets you blast off the corners. It's great fun in this F3 car.
Oh, that's nice, yeah. I think one of the few races I did with was with the GT5 on Project Cars 2 round here, but it was a fixed setup, and it was just bouncing off the limiter all the way down to the chase. It was a miserable drive.
My first experience, James Garlick made me drive Formula 1 cars around here, and they just took off.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Leaders are in the pits.
Here we go then.
Greening on the limit there, getting it slowed down for the yellow cone.
He was really, really pushing that entrance, trying to gain a couple of seconds back, wasn't he? Here's Don Parker as well.
It's all of them. Of course, Greening's Risky Racing teammate. Which one was it?
That was Michael Messenger.
Messed up in the GT3.
Yeah, Michael Messenger from the lead of the race as well.
Gutting.
Yes. Here we go then.
No drama.
So Miller's away.
Spin it on the exit.
Kelly's just getting to his stop box as Miller gets going.
All of them looking like no drama.
So the poor old Jason and Lawrence's cars in the background now, looking decidedly second hand. Here's a replay of what happened with Chris White then.
Oh! I think those cones damage you. There's crunchy sounds coming from the underside of that car now.
Yeah, it wasn't moving particularly smoothly, was it? Oh.
And again, someone...
That's Jake Weaver doing the same thing.
Jake Weaver also getting the same thing. Oh, that's why they had incidents and went straight into the pits.
Yeah. His car really misbehaving there. It looked like he was stuck. Maybe had a few cones stuck underneath him. So, with the stops completed, the gap now at the front 3 seconds. So it's come down a bit. So Greening's ambitious...
I think he nailed his pit stop, didn't he?
Yeah. His ambitious pit entry has helped, definitely.
And if he was carrying any damage, it would have been fixed now in the fast repair.
True.
So we'll see whether he can do anything about that gap to Miller.
It's under 3 seconds already, look. Kelly's actually gained a little bit as well. Look, he's gained a second or so on board.
I imagine Miller didn't want to get drive-through or anything by speeding. He was probably ultra-conservative going into the pits.
Yeah. It's not an easy pit lane entry, as we alluded to with the Messenger incident from GT3. On board with Don Parker then, running a very solid 4th place. There's no trouble behind him. He's got about 5 seconds to Kelly up front. Crichton, miles back from him now. So Parker's just keeping his fingers crossed for a potential podium if one of the top 3 get it wrong.
This will be like the sprint race will be Don Parker's last chance for a win, because he's been knocking on the door of it. I think he's been denied in the last lap or last lap but 2 twice now, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, indeed. Yeah, it'd be very nice for him if he can wrap his season up with a cheeky sprint win.
Well, there's no Jordan Johnson, and Kelly seems to have not that much pace over him compared to what he had at Hockenheim. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Just looking at the current order, Aaron Jenkins is going to be starting from pole position as he's. Sorry, no.
Oh, look at that! That's Forrester into the wall. And is that his second incident?
I think it was, yeah. So I was going to say Aaron Jenkins is going to be starting from pole position with Weaver alongside him.
Yes.
Jason Weaver.
I feel like we've had that front row before, but is that maybe in GT3s?
No, I think we have. Yeah, I think you're right. Miller's stretched the gap back out to 3.4 seconds.
Yeah.
And those are the stop times for the drivers, so they were all within a tenth of each other, the top four.
Yeah, I saw.
4.8, 4.9.
Very close indeed, yeah.
So I imagine it was the pit lane time that made the difference.
Yeah, it was. You could see like the attitude of Greening's car, the way it came in. He was really
attacking
the pit lane. Yeah. So quite a few greyed out cars on the track are sitting in the pit lane, unfortunately. Forrester, Parker, Weaver, and the Ledge.
I think most of them claimed by Forest Elbow.
Yeah. Except for Contrarian Nathan Parker.
But I do think those little cones there that Rob just went past, those little sticky up bits into the pit lane are quite deadly.
Yeah, I saw something on Reddit about people saying that people were getting their front wings ripped off in the Formula Renault 2.0 in a recent race because they were hitting a cone on the outside of the track, which they'd always just driven over and things, and it turns out it's now damaging the wing, so people are having to...
Good, I say. Make the DRS also solid.
Yeah.
Make the DRS board solid.
Yes. Stop.
You hear me, Mr. Walker?
Yeah, I think some of this stuff does need to be... I mentioned PC2 because that was like the first sim I started racing on a couple of years back, and this stuff does actually it damages you, and if you drive over a cone it flies off, and if you hit one of the number board braking marker boards they will explode and collapse and things.
Yeah, no, you want that because that's more reality, isn't it? You're simulating it.
Yeah.
I did say, I think I mentioned a commentary or two ago, that if you do collect a cone in your front wing, it does slow you down in iRacing because it's dragging.
Yeah, it does. That's true. Yeah. I mean, the only thing is with PC2 is that I don't think that the board's regenerated, and again, that is realistic, but
yeah,
if you're relying on the 100-metre board and it's been wiped out by a fellow
you need
competitor,
to rely on something else.
Yeah. Can be a bit of a pain.
Looking at the nose footage of all the various top four as they come down the hill.
Yeah, it's quite a special view to show you the camber and the rotation. So much movement in the cars as they come down here.
And Miller's about to start his last lap.
Incredible. So this is on board with Chris White then. He's still running in P7.
New fastest lap for Greening. He's just taken a second out of Rob. Oh! I was going to say, are we going into the wall there? But he just saved it.
Wow, well done, Chris. That was an amazing save. Yeah, so the chase is on. With one last time through the chase.
Hey, he's been faster since they came out of the pits on all but one lap.
Yeah, he's pushing hard, isn't he? But maybe it's too little too late.
We'll see. He's got absolutely nothing to lose there, Greening. He joined the championship late, and he's just going for a best result he can.
Yeah. But I think, Greening and Messenger, when they've raced with us in these last few rounds, they've definitely shown... They started in Spa, didn't they? But they've definitely shown that they've got potential championship challenging pace for next season. Every season that goes by in the LOA, the championship just gets fiercer and fiercer and harder.
Yeah, yep. New drivers coming in, slotting into place where they belong, and some of them at the top.
Yeah, but that's brilliant though, and the community feel and like all of these guys have been so nice and like helping the other drivers, and there's the things we see being talked about on Discord, everyone like trying to help each other and trying to help everyone grow and improve as drivers and things, and that's really to me what the league is all about. And it's I'm tremendously grateful to all of these guys, for coming and racing with the LOA and just for being like really, really nice people.
Yeah, seconded, definitely.
Yeah. Here he is then.
So that's it, one corner to go.
Yeah.
For Miller to take his 6th win of the season.
That's just a stunning drive then by Rob Miller as he takes the final feature race of Season 4 in the LOA, ahead of Stephen Greening, coming home 2.7 seconds back on that final tour. Here he is, Gavin Kelly, then crossing the line in 3rd place And Rob takes the lead of the championship with one sprint race to go. Don Parker coming home a tremendous 4th place. That is a fantastic drive by him. Crichton getting it wrong out of the final corner, but he comes home in P5. Doesn't lose any positions after that little excursion. Here's James Garlick. He might be a bit disappointed with that 7th place.
It looks like Parker got it going again after those 2 massive accidents. He must have had quite a long repair time.
Yeah, but he came back out to finish the race. That's cool. So, Rob Miller winning then from Stephen Green and Gavin Kelly rounding out the podium places. Don Parker was in 4th, Rhys Crichton was in 5th. Then we had James Garlick, Chris White, Jake Weaver, Chris Forrester, Nathan Parker, as we saw, just getting it back on the road. Jason Weaver coming home a disappointed 11th, and Lawrence Aaron Jenkins in 12th after 2 massive crashes into Forest Elbow and becoming sadly a multiple victim, but he's going to have pole position in the sprint. Let's see what he can do from there. As we wait to see what's happened to the championship then, as we say, we expect Rob to be on top now. Replay at the start of the race. Oh, what might have been though if Greening hadn't made that little error coming down the mountain off Skyline. Yeah, so Rob Miller in the lead of the championship now, 2 points ahead of Gavin Kelly in 2nd. Oliver Walker is still in 3rd, not here obviously in this race, as is Jordan Johnson, who's in 4th. Can James Garlick overtake him? No, he can't, can he?
No, 20 points up for grabs.
We see further down we've got Graham Bardsley, James Garlick's teammate, in 11th place. He's sadly not here. Neither is Winslade.
Huge gains for Greening and Creighton there, obviously, because they're scoring and other people aren't here.
Yeah. Forrester's got a great chance of leaping a couple of positions as well there. He was only 1 point behind Winslade and 5 behind Bardsley, I saw there.
I think Winslade would be nervous there.
Yeah, well, he's given up on it, hasn't he? So as you see more of these lovely slow-mo shots of the opening lap of the race. And the team's championship, look at that, Stupid Aguirre back on top of the championship ahead of Race Ventura. And with neither driver here, neither Jordan Johnson or Richard Santana, it looks like Stupid Aguirre have got this in the bag. Williams up into maintaining in 3rd place, so beg your pardon, and they're stuck there, aren't they? Little and Large in 4th, and they're challenging Williams. So potentially there could be a change there for 3rd place.
That's right.
But congratulations to Stupid Aguirre then. Looks like they have done it and they have the team's championship. So the next race will be our final Formula 3 race of the season, the sprint race here at Bathurst, with the Ledge on pole position. Should be
look forward to it.
Yeah, it should be hugely exciting with the slowest cars at the front, obviously. And don't forget, you can find us at thelimitofathesion.com, facebook.com/limitofathesion. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the videos and come say hi on Discord. Cheers, Jools. See you then.
See you next time.